My name is Jordan Henshaw.
And my name is Kelly Raybon.
I'm the mechanic.
And I'm the journalist. Together we're Try and Prove It.
Someone has been charged with aggravated murder and is facing the death penalty, so we better figure it out, right?
How do we tell the difference between an assertion that is true and an assertion that is false?
You've got to start with all of the evidence, and you don't have all the evidence just yet.
Okay, well, I have no idea. Whoever, but it's a dot.
Where's the dot?
Right there.
Science is not absolute. It doesn't say this is what happened for sure. It says this is the best explanation we have.
3, start sequence. 1. If one picture is worth 1,000 words, one field demonstration is worth 100 internet conspiracy theories. I'm gonna ask something at the risk of, being wrong, okay? But we're all just friends here. We're all just talking.
Thank you for joining us. Tonight, we are going to try to make sense out of the 30, 40 hours of streaming we've done so far this week. Nobody has time really to listen to the entire thing. We barely have time to stream the entire thing. It's a lot of talking, it's a lot of information, and it's basically impossible to remember everything that happened. It's basically impossible to listen to all of that, for us to stream all of that, and actually be able to just sit down and think about, what did I learn? What am I supposed to take away from this? How do we reinterpret the investigation with this new 30 hours plus of information? Tonight, we're going to try to figure out how to do that. We're not going to actually summarize everything. We're not going to have the perfect gift wrapped in a bow for you, but we're going to do the best job we can. And I'm going to start that off with an analogy, with a metaphor, with a story that's not real, but it's going to help you kind of reinterpret what we saw and heard in the trial. Our story takes place in an alternative universe, and an alternative reality, if I can talk tonight, in another world. In another world, Lee Harvey Oswald shot JFK, but he was not assassinated shortly afterwards. He went to trial. He stood before Judge Graff. He had a preliminary hearing, and we all streamed the preliminary hearing. And there was an entire conspiracy theory community that sprung up around the case and came up with all these different ideas about why it didn't make sense. Asking questions, wanting answers, not being able to find the answers. And it was all shut down by the government. They told you that in this story, JFK was shot by a lone wolf who acted alone, and there's nothing more to the story. All of the conspiracy theories are just people who are angry, who want to platform themselves, who want to make money, and none of it's true. It's all explained by better science. So when Lee Harvey Oswald goes before the judge and has this preliminary hearing, the state starts presenting evidence against Lee Harvey Oswald. What the state does in this preliminary hearing, they launch it with evidence presentation. The prosecutors begin laying out their case over multiple days, aiming to show probable cause via videos of the shooting, DNA linking Lee Harvey Oswald to the rifle, autopsy details that are very limited in scope, witness statements, and evidence that the shooting endangered others. And the hearing functions like a mini trial, but with a lower evidentiary bar. The crime scene is meticulously evaluated. We find out exactly how the rifle got there. We find out exactly what kind of rifle it is, exactly what kind of bullets were in it. We find out exactly how it was positioned, exactly where it was aimed, exactly what it sounded like. And we learn about a few things in the crime scene down below that seem to line up with one shooter. And at the shooting position in the school book depository, we find things like a screwdriver. We find things like a towel. We find things that have DNA that link directly to Lee Harvey Oswald. And as this is happening, the jury, or the judge in this case, is thinking, this is a slam dunk case. We have a rifle, we have a suspect, we have clear video footage of the suspect, of Lee Harvey Oswald, in that depository, and we have a gunshot noise. We have a president who's dead within line of sight of that area, and we have the DNA evidence, and it's a slam dunk case. We also see the surveillance videos of Lee Harvey Oswald approaching the school book depository in his car. We see him park his car. We see him get out of the car and walk all the way up to the stairs, and walk up the stairs up to that position in the building. And we see him get into a sniper position. It's too far away, so we can't really see him actually take the shot. We can't see his finger. We can't really see the recoil because it's so fuzzy. But we see him lying in the position where he killed the president. And then that figure, that very blurry figure, runs away. I'm going to mute your mic, Kelly. That very blurry figure runs away, jumps off the roof, and we see exactly where he goes. And we even know where his car was parked. And later, we present, in this preliminary hearing for Lee Harvey Oswald, we're presented with the motive. We find a note under a keyboard saying, I had the opportunity to take out JFK and I took it. We have a photograph of that letter. We have text messages of Lee Harvey Oswald telling his girlfriend exactly why he did it. It was because JFK was filled with hate, and some hate cannot be negotiated with. That's why Lee Harvey Oswald killed the president. We also have Discord messages from Lee Harvey Oswald telling people exactly what happened and confessing to the crime. We also have Lee Harvey Oswald's parents reporting that the figure in the stairwell and in the video footage looks like their son. We also have the testimony of his girlfriend, who testifies in a video saying exactly what happened in their perspective. The family attends, and when they leave the courthouse, it seems like they believe that their son, Lee Harvey Oswald, was guilty. When the defense, after this, the state rests their case. They have presented all of the evidence that Lee Harvey Oswald walked into the school book depository with a weapon. He walked up the stairs into that room. He had line of sight to the president. He took a shot. He engraved the bullets. He fired the weapon. He killed the president. The bullet inside the president matched that gun. And then he ran away, leaving DNA evidence at the crime scene. And he ran away, and then he confessed to it. And he had inside knowledge of exactly what was inscribed on those bullets. It is a slam dunk case. The case rests on those points. Game over for the defense. And then the defense comes up, and they bring one witness so far. We're not quite at the end of it yet, but the defense brings one witness, one expert witness, and nobody really can understand what they're saying. It doesn't really make any sense. They're just arguing about really, really specific technical details about the striations on the bullet microscopically, and it doesn't really convince anybody of anything other than that it's a really technical field. And then that witness is done and over with, and it doesn't really make any sense. So, as the person back then watching that hearing, you're convinced that the federal government was right, that all of the people siding with the federal narrative were right, because the government was able to supply you a story that makes sense, that's easy to follow, that's supported by evidence. But let me show you what Charlie Kirk has to say about their story.
But think of the JFK assassination and why Israel's like kind of tied to it a lot.
Yeah, so there's really no evidence Israel's tied to it. I mean, the fact Mossad is mentioned in the JFK files doesn't mean Israel's tied to it. I actually don't believe it was Lee Harvey Oswald that acted alone. I think it's much more likely that it was Cuban intelligence and our own government that killed JFK. for multiple reasons. And I believe there was a second shooter. Could go through all the reasons as to why, but I think it defies logic that Lee Harvey Oswald, who was a notoriously bad shot, somehow found himself all the way up in the, the fourth floor or the fifth floor of the Texas School Book Depository, right as that motorcade was flying in a single bolt action rifle, being able to administer, I think it was 3 shots in 5 seconds with lethal precision, even though we all saw with our lying eyes in the Zapruder film, John F. Kennedy's head go back and to the left. If there are 2 shooters, that means that the Warren Commission, which was the official report on the JFK assassination, was fraudulent and was faulty. And we know from dozens of eyewitnesses and many first-person accounts that the thing called the Grassy Knoll, which is right there, which you all can visit in downtown Dallas, that there was activity there. They wouldn't allow people up there. People heard gunshots from there. If it wasn't for the Zapruder film, all this would just be hearsay. So I believe there were 2 shooters, but I think it's a much more likely explanation that our own government was either involved or aware, and Cuban intelligence also very much wanted JFK dead.
So do you not think it was a coincidence that Zapruder was Jewish and Jacob Rubenstein was Jewish as well?
Well, so, okay, I actually didn't even know Zapruder was Jewish, but why was that matter? I push back a little bit on that. It's fine. It's a fair question. By the way, the way you get more anti-Semitism is by who wanted JFK dead the most. Again, a lot of people said Israel wanted JFK dead. I'd love to hear that argument. But definitely Lyndon Baines Johnson and parts of our own government and the Cubans wanted him dead. And who actually made it happen? There were like 15 or 20 things that happened that day that were inexcusable. They changed the parade route. He rode in an open air convertible. LBJ decided not to ride alongside of him. The vehicle slowed down right when it went by the Texas School Book Depository. A lot there, right? And then again, I think that all of us are smarter to believe that it was simply Lee Harvey Oswald. The more important question is not, oh, who did it? We have to first acknowledge it that more than one person did it. Yeah. Once we acknowledge that more than one person did it, then we can expose our government to have lied to us about the JFK assassination, which then I think will sober a lot of us about trusting the government in the future.
And one more.
Our story tonight is about whether the government's pathway to truth via a courtroom trial or a courtroom preliminary hearing is a reliable pathway to truth. I posit that the legal system, the justice system, is an improper pathway to truth. And I can talk about a much better pathway to truth later on, but I want to pass it over to Kelly, who also has some stuff planned.
Well, thank you all again for being here. And I know it's a little bit of a different time than normal, so we appreciate you guys staying up late with us. And check out the yellow and the blue that match the logo. I mean, I'm in a hotel room. Who would have thought I could swing that? I guess it was meant to be. Okay, you guys, so 4 days down and 1 more to go of the Tyler Robinson preliminary hearing. Judge Graff, he won't ultimately rule on probable cause after tomorrow, but the ball will be shifting into his court. And honestly, this week gave us, some usable evidence that we've waited on for the last 10 months combined. And it also really opened our eyes to what appears to be the lack of evidence as well. There's DNA fights, fights over the lovers' confession tapes, the bullet casings that read like a Reddit thread, and a cop whose body cam conveniently died while on the roof. Lots of things to continue asking questions about, lots of things that leave a lot to be desired. So before we get into everything tonight, I want to kind of talk about some of the things that I hope that we can tackle alongside all of you, because we consider you to be part of Try and Prove It, just as we continue every week to bring these segments to you. So we're going to take a look at what the evidence actually says, what the Twigs tape actually revealed. And then I would like to maybe have you talk about, you guys, what you think was the most damning moment so far. Maybe you could drop it in the chat. 1, the DNA on the towel. 2, the confession note. 3, Twigs's recorded interview. Or 4, the cop's conveniently dead body cam. I can type all those out while Jordan moves us into the next segment, but I think it would be really cool to have everybody weigh in on that. Oh, I don't hear you.
How did I do with my opening statement there? I don't do that very often. Was that good?
It was great. That was great. Thank you so much, Jordan.
Okay, so what I thought we would do tonight is we have a few things that we want to talk about first, like particularly the stuff that came out today that I want to go through. And then you could quickly rewind. And then I want to go into kind of skip through some of the hearings and try to remember everything that happened that's important. But we definitely want to replay the Lance Twiggs video and kind of comment on that. And I also want to show a gel test of the soft point bullet. That was what we saw in the trial or in the hearing, and how that impacts its penetration through gel. So we want to talk about that. There might be a few other things we want to bring up. So I'll go ahead and start with the Lance Twiggs video. The Lance Twiggs video is okay. Before it came out, the defense was making the case that this video was basically Lance, Tyler killed. Oh, we have a poll. Perfect. So it was basically Lance, Tyler killed Charlie Kirk, right? Yes. Lance, he used the 30-06, right? Yes. He then came home and confessed to you, right? Yes. That's basically how it was sold to us by the defense. And we're going to see whether or not that matches up with reality. Not going to play the entire thing. We're going to skip through a little bit. But here we go. If I can find it here. And for anyone who doesn't know, particularly people on X, we have been streaming every minute of the hearing this week. So if you wanted to hang out with us for the hearing tomorrow, that is something you can do. And we think that we have the best coverage of it because if you didn't already know, Kelly, where are you? Why are you in a hotel?
Oh, well, that would be because I'm right across from the courthouse and have been there all week. And have been you all week long, and really getting an eye for what the campus looks like, what the campus feels like, shooting new video and photos, and meeting people, doing on the ground reporting.
Mm-hmm. So we have the best live stream because Kelly took so much time and money out of her schedule in order to go there and give us the best on the ground reporting that anybody has. The other streams, they don't have a reporter on the ground helping them out, but we do. So we are the best live stream for coverage. Slut Buster says, where else are you guys streaming this? We're streaming it to YouTube on the Try and Prove It channel and on Kelly's channel. And I streamed it to my channel today, but I haven't previously in the week because I wanted to push people to the Try and Prove It channel because we're really trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers on there so that we can fully monetize it. So if you guys wanted to subscribe to that, we think it's a really great channel because we offer a really unique value offering to you through that channel because there's all these other channels out there, but none of them have the dynamic that we have. We think we have a really interesting dynamic that is unique in this space. So I'm going to pull up. Oh no. Can we move that to the other side perhaps?
Sure, of course.
So that you're not disappeared.
How about,
where did you go?
How's that?
That's probably better. Oh, did we miss a super chat earlier? I think we missed a super chat earlier.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yes.
At the beginning. Let's find that real fast. The Quiet Deluxe, thank you for the $10 super chat. Y'all must be completely and utterly exhausted. Thanks so much for your dedication. First ever super chat, by the way. Well, thank you for making us your first.
Yep, we are very honored. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's been wonderful to see a lot of familiar names, familiar faces throughout our coverage this week. Trust me, it
lifts me up. I think it lifts Jordan up. And it really does feel like a family. We're all like going through this together. So thank you.
Yeah. It's a very long week, so we appreciate it.
Yep.
La Bella Anima. I feel like that's Spanish. Thank you for the 200 for the what's that?
I was gonna say La Bella Anima. La Bella Anima.
I feel like it's Spanish, so La Bella Anima, maybe? I don't know. Thank you for the $20 super chat, even though we can't pronounce your name. It says toward the best live stream coverage. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm still mentally functioning, I think, and I think Kelly is as well.
Yes.
All right. So the Lance Twigs thing. So as you can see over here, we have the live one right now. This one was 9 hours. This one was 5 hours. This one was 10 hours down here on day number 2. So Italian for beautiful soul. That sounds about right. That's the same word in Spanish. La Bella Anima. Bella is beautiful in Spanish. So those are very close languages. But that was a 10-hour live stream on Tuesday. That's crazy. When you were on Trigger Smart, you never did a 10-hour live stream. You did 8 hours, but now we've done 10 hours.
That's right.
The longest live stream out of all of them.
It is. I think you won. And wait, was that the day or was it a different day that we also did a stream the first day that was like a stakeout and it was on my channel, I think exclusively. And then we added in the Try and Prove It.
So
Maybe.
Monday.
Oh wait,
no,
stakeout.
because
Okay.
this was a continuous stream.
Got it.
But then on Monday, we did the 8-hour stream plus the 2-hour stakeout stream.
Gotcha.
Combined, it's 10 hours as well. And what did we do that night?
What?
On Monday.
Oh gosh. And then, see, it seems like it's been a month. I've been here a month. No, then
Yeah.
went to UVU and did another live stream.
On your channel exclusively. Kelly Raybon.
Oh my gosh.
But I was producer on that.
Yes.
And I think
you did such a
Kelly
great
did
job.
a wonderful job.
Oh, you did a great job, Jordan.
And the thumbnail for that, well, I didn't hardly do anything. I just moved the map around.
You kept me getting run over.
Where did it go?
Straight, it kept me safe, right?
I was trying to, yeah, and I didn't want you to get kidnapped.
There you go,
But
right
this
there.
thumbnail, nobody does thumbnails manually anymore. Like this one's AI, this one's AI, this one's AI. All these are, well, this one's not AI, but most of them that are actually creative are all AI. But I did this one manually. So I just want to make sure everyone knows that I did this manually. And I think it's a really good thumbnail. But anyway, that was another 1-hour live stream. So we streamed for almost 12 hours that day. That's crazy. But anyway, and I'll show you real fast what that stream was. So you went all around the campus and hit a lot of areas. And I kind of tried to show people on the map where you were in real time so that people had the context. And I think it did a decent job with that. So you went up to the Losey Center. You went to basically every single area of interest except for like the neighborhood in the back. And you did the neighborhood in the back in other streams as well. Yes. And you went back to film it properly as well. So you've been very busy this week. You've been to, well, yeah, you've been out there every single night.
I've been there every day and a couple of times, 2, maybe 3 times in a day, in addition to our coverage. It's been crazy.
And this is Diligent Denizen, who was there at that time. And I think you've been there a couple other times with him and Blake. And yeah, so you went basically everywhere. And when I was there, I was only there for like 1 day. I did 2 trips there. I was supposed to be 1 trip, but I missed my plane, even though I was literally sitting around the corner from the gate. But I missed my plane, and then I had like a 6-hour additional wait time, so I was able to come back. But I didn't make the best use of that time anyway. So Kelly is now a much more better expert. More better? is much more of an expert on what UVU is like and all the little details around there than I am. I had the throne for like 2 months maybe, but now Kelly has the throne. I think out of all the people who are there right now, like Diligent, Blake, some of the other ladies who are there, Kelly is by far the biggest expert on what UVU is like and all the little details there because she's been out there every single day working very hard.
Yes, and meeting people, talking to people, getting some, a lot of interesting perspective. I actually went around today and looked at some office, like some of these offices. I had a really quick trip there this afternoon. Oh, I want to show you guys too something really quick. I'm not going to get into it tonight, but I am just like proud that hopefully you guys will appreciate that I always have my eagle eye peeled. Okay, hold on 1 second.
Okay. And as you do that, I'll start pulling up the Lance Twigs video because we've been waiting for that.
Yes. Okay, I just want to show you guys this stuff real quick. So, if you recall, gosh, I don't know, probably 3 months ago, we did a stream talking about the potential like AI generated or modified video that could have come from witnesses, and that UVU had a program, a research program about AI generated material and its impact on politics. Well, as I'm walking around the campus, I see this. Okay. And this is literally a research summary about the impact of AI generated material. Okay. And then I see this one, impact of AI generated media on election security. So I'm just saying, y'all know, okay, I'm working all the time.
What's in those packets? Anything interesting?
Yeah, I have not had a chance yet to go through them like in depth, but the videos and things that we briefly talked about during that previous stream, this is just kind of the overall like executive summary, and it talks about it breaks down on these different scales of how it impacted people, the video and the audio. What are the chances?
So here's that stream. This is, I don't remember if this is the AI one, but this is like some of the content that they generate. And this might be a real girl or it might be a fake one. I don't remember, but this is some of the stuff that they work on in that program. So that's pretty interesting. And then they have this one too. I don't even know which one's AI or not, but that's some of the stuff that they do. But back to, are you done with that topic or can I move on?
I'm done with the topic. I just don't know why we're hearing the echo again.
I don't hear it.
The audience.
Say echo from Kelly.
Uh,
I have my headphones on.
I know. I don't know what the deal is, but I'll just, let's see. I can exit and then return.
Sure, that usually works.
Okay.
In the meantime, I will explain this. Nathan Eyes or Nahan Eyes, I don't know, says I don't understand why I only see chat from the channel and not from users. I don't exactly understand what you're saying in that exact phrasing, but usually when people complain about not being able to see chats, we are streaming to 3 different channels at once. So we can see the chats from 3 different channels in our control panel or in our chat window in the software that we use. But if you're on the Try and Prove It channel and someone chats on Kelly's channel, you're not going to see that chat. Or if you're in my channel, watching on my channel, and someone comments or chats in the Try and Prove It chat, you're not going to see that. Now, on our end, we share the same StreamYard, the same software account. So when we chat, like right now, it posts our chat reply to all 3 channels at once. So what you're going to see in some of these chat windows is we're going to be responding to someone, but you're not going to see the chat message that we're responding to, because it'll send our reply to all 3 channels at once, even though it might not have been a reply to someone in the chat you're in. So I hope that makes sense. It's because the chat windows aren't merged. Okay, we're going to try to find the Lance Twiggs testimony here. I think I found it already.
Was he pacing? Was he just sitting?
What are you giggling about?
Oh, it's this real George Farmer comment. I'm going to go ahead and hide the poll for the moment.
Okay. What does it say? It says, what was the most damning evidence so far? They're saying the cop's dead body cam. Wow. Okay.
Overwhelmingly.
I would say the most damning evidence so far is going to be the video footage of a figure running up to the shooting location and then running away. I think that's the most damning footage because it's actually showing someone go into that position. Like, that is the only evidence so far presented of someone actually doing something wrong, actually committing a crime. Well, okay, being on Delosi's in a roof in the first place.
Hold on, rewind that.
If you see someone hopping over a wall and then running out to a place where you have clear line of sight and then running away, that entire video, I think that's pretty compelling. That they were doing something that they definitely shouldn't have been doing.
Okay, but does that mean that they fired a shot?
No.
Did you see that they for sure had a gun?
No.
Oh, okay. Just checking.
Passing?
Just taking the temperature.
Walking around.
It's relative. It's not
Oh, wow.
absolute.
And that's within the home. And did he talk about what he had done?
Didn't go into detail. I just asked him in person if what he said was true the night before, and he said it was. He started crying a little bit and said he wishes he hadn't done it. And then kept going around and just doing stuff, I think, to keep himself busy or distracted or something.
Okay. Did he talk about what he was going to do next?
And then eventually said that he would talk to his parents or turn himself over.
Okay. And when you left, was that how you left, understanding that he was going to turn himself in or go to his parents' house?
Yeah, and I didn't really want to be at our apartment while any of that was happening, regardless of what went down.
Okay. Okay, before he came home, had you seen the press releases, any of the media on this?
I'd seen one Instagram link a friend of mine had sent in our group chat,
okay,
but I hadn't really looked into it at all.
And had you seen the images that were released of the suspect?
I did the next day. I don't think I saw any on the 10th.
I'm going to show you a couple of those images. Okay, I'm on the FBI's website. You can see the URL there at the top. This is some press release about this event. And here on the screen, you see these, looks like there's 2 rows of 3 images.
Mm-hmm.
Do you recognize the person in these images?
I wouldn't say with 100% certainty just because of camera quality, but that looks like him in terms of the shoes he's wearing, the sunglasses. I don't think I'd specifically seen him wearing that hat, but he was usually wearing a hat, and then jeans. So it definitely, especially the last 2 definitely do look like him. Oh, they do look like Tyler Robinson.
And you talked about that with your friends, right? This looks like him.
Yeah, his friends. Yeah, I don't know if I talked. I don't remember if I talked about it with any of my friends. And then since I didn't have my phone after that for a while, and I still am not using social media, I don't know on my friends' end.
Okay. All right, I want to back up a little bit now. We've talked about September 10th, but let me get a little bit of context here. So, did you game with Tyler?
Yeah.
What kind of games?
Played some just kind of party games together, like stuff any.
And aside
Yeah.
Whoops. I forgot this was a 10-hour stream. I have to be much more precise. My apologies.
Do his talker a while.
Talked about September 10th, but let me get a little bit of context here. So, did you game with Tyler?
Yeah, pretty even together, but I didn't know him very well, so that was just when we had like a whole friend group on to play, and he was someone that my friends invited.
Okay. Did you and he ever talk about politics?
He did more than me. I still don't really keep up with politics very much. He usually talk about stuff he heard on the radio on his drive to work in like their work car, since it sounds like their whole crew went in the same car most of the time. But I wouldn't say super consistently, because it wasn't a topic I really contributed much on.
What about Charlie Kirk? Did you ever talk about Charlie Kirk?
I personally had never heard him talk about Charlie Kirk before specifically.
Okay. How about political issues? So did you ever talk about gender identity issues and LGBTQ rights?
No, not really. Usually if he did talk about politics stuff, it was relating to Trump or current like policies being issued or voted on, I think. But yeah. For a short time, yes.
And I understand you're going by Luna at some point.
To some people, yeah, but not as an overall thing.
Hey, Kelly.
Yes.
You shared something with me about his screen name last night. Do you want to share that publicly or no?
Let's see. What did I say about it?
Do you remember? If I say it, it'll be.
It's okay. Go ahead and say it. It's fine.
Okay, so what do you think that his screen name? Because we're talking about his alternative names here, Luna or something. What is his screen name, and what do you think that might be a reference to?
Yeah, so at least one of the screen names that I'd come across at some point was Lancelotl, and it seemed to be a play off of axolotl. Is that how you say it?
Axolot. I looked it up last night.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if he's a furry, we're not going to get into the whole furry thing right now. We can do that later, which is important, by the way. If you want to understand the psychology of this case, at least as packaged by the federal government, what these people do, and I'm going to try to do it justice really fast, and maybe Kelly can help me since she is the resident furry expert. And I have evidence of that as well, by the way, of that.
Thank you.
Right here.
Just when you guys thought you knew.
Can I make this smaller? Here we go. So what furries do is I'm probably going to get grilled for this if I don't get it right, but wearing the animal costume is a means to reconnecting with your childlike innocence, to gaining anonymity, to connecting with your true self. Basically, that's like a really watered down version of why people wear the furry costumes. Would you agree with that?
Oh
You're,
my
you're nodding
God.
your head yes.
Oh, GCL said I forgot about the fox toe. I can't unsee it. Okay, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna keep going then. If we're discussing,
I would agree.
is that
I would agree that that is a fair assessment. You know, people have different ways of being able to express themselves, and you know, this is one way.
yeah? So that is a very high level overview of what the furry outfits are for. And where am I going with this? Okay,
Well,
so people
I want to just
like
I'd like
10%.
sorry. We
Only
have
like
a little
10%.
delay, so sorry.
Only about 10% of people who identify as furries actually have the costumes. But what they oftentimes do is they sort of take on a furry character and they keep the same furry character for years and years and years, and sometimes even, I don't know about decades because it's a relatively new phenomenon. But they'll keep the same furry character for a very long time. And usually it's like lizards. Is it lizards? No, it's usually
There's bunnies.
shoot, I forget. Foxes. Bunnies, foxes are some of the more common ones. And this fish, or I don't know what it is. I think it's some kind
like
of
a
lizard
salamander. It's like a salamander.
fish.
And I don't know, the kids are into it.
Milner says, read my comment, JH. Done. Okay. So the idea is this might have been Lance's character, even if he didn't have the furry suit, because most of them can't afford the furry suits because they're like $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. So that's the idea because of his screen name. But anyway, I think that was a very astute observation.
Yes, definitely. Thank you. Oh, and I want to also note that I mentioned this in the chat in the live stream, but if we get to the part and if we're able to zoom in at all, when they show the text messages between Lance and Tyler, I'd like to take a closer look at the avatar at the top, but from what I could tell, it was an animal.
Sorry, I was focusing on something different. What avatar on what screen?
When they start showing the text messages between Tyler and Lance, Tyler's avatar
on the phone. Okay.
in the text messages of the phone is an animal, and so it would be worth taking a closer look at that too.
Yes, agreed. And okay, the reason I didn't read the comment that he obviously wanted me to read is because in our chat, you don't demand that we read your comment. If we want to read your comment, we will read your comment, but you do not demand that we read your comment, please. Moving on.
Okay. Okay. I think that's all the questions I have for this portion. Let me check and see if Dremel that you talked about, you said he had asked for that. Is that right?
So, like, what did we get through? Like, basically nothing, right? He's not really telling us much. It's basically just yes, yes, and it's really not giving us a narrative of what happened.
And had he told you it was to inscribe bullets?
Yeah.
And so did you have a Dremel then?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was in our, our apartment, we had a section where we kept all our random tools for household stuff in our lower basement level pantry. So yeah.
Okay. And did you give that to him or tell him where it was?
I just told him where it was, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and end the recording for the 1102 purposes.
Okay, and now we'll pull up the text messages and we'll try to figure out what kind of animal that was.
And yeah, I would agree that this, so, okay, there's a lot of questions about the furry stuff. And look, We're just simply sharing for context. I don't personally believe in some of the folks in the alternative lifestyle community also have questions about if he was actually a furry. But I've always felt from day one that they just put labels out there that people would latch onto. Trans, furry, 30-06, Tyler Robinson, all of these little buzzwords that people would latch onto. But when it comes to furry and trans and hated Charlie, it was like a way to characterize and politicize, maybe even over politicize what happened here. Yes.
All right, Agent, I'm not going to go through every single message, but I do want to have you read aloud certain portions of them. And I apologize to council, these are not actually given a page number. I have page numbers, but I'm happy to confer that we're on the same page as we go. So here we're looking at page 1 of State's Exhibit 16.1. If you could read a little more than halfway down where it begins Wednesday, 11 p.m. Will you start reading underneath that?
Yes. Look on
from Tyler Robinson.
I'm trying to find
any of the
clear.
Lance in his interview also acknowledged.
It kind of looks like an ET. Almost. You're not looking.
Sorry, they canceled my Uber Eats dinner, so I'm like, now I've got to
Why?
figure out what's still open. They didn't give any explanation. They were supposed to be here an hour ago, and I was like, oh shoot, nobody ever showed up. They canceled it. Anyway, sorry.
Well, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
You at least have snacks until then?
No, I've gone through all my grocery store food, but I'll figure something out. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Take a break. I'm going to take you off screen. Take a break.
Up at the top, who do we see that this thread is between?
Tyler.
All right. Sorry to interrupt you.
Okay. This looks like I don't even know what that looks like.
So read.
It looks like an eye right here. Can you see this? Let me make this bigger. It looks like an eye right here, and it looks like an eye right there. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this now, and I'm gonna zoom it out like so, and I'm gonna open it over here and move this over here, and I'm gonna zoom into it. That's definitely an eye. This is definitely an eye. Kelly, why are you talking? You're supposed to find food. And then this looks like a torso almost, or like a head, a silhouette of a head. And, I'm not sure. This looks like the silhouette of a head, and then has two eyes over it. So I don't know quite what to make of that. I'm going to say that it looks like two eyes over a silhouette of a head. But we can talk to Kelly about that later. Since she's ordering food right now to make sure that she is sustained. But we're going to continue.
From look under the keyboard.
So after that, then Lance responds, he says, what? And then he says, you're joking, right? And then Tyler says, fuck, I tried to delete that.
We could scroll down to page 2.
Looks like a frog meme with googly eyes. Let's check that out. Frog meme with googly eyes.
Can you hear me? I've been trying to say it. That does look like that. I was
Is it Pepe?
I was trying. Oh, it maybe.
I don't think so.
I was wondering if it looked like an axolotl.
Does it?
Those are
I don't think so, because it has really small eyes. Those are little eyes.
Oh, okay. La Bella Anima said, I Googled axolotl in video games. Check out the results.
They all have small eyes. And I think the axolotl would be Lance's character.
Well,
What is this?
right. So I was wondering if somehow those messages could be reversed, you know?
Okay, okay, I see where you're going. So this would be his furry outfit, I guess. Something like this. An inflatable one. But I like it looks like, where did it go? I had a thing here that I would like to come back with. Here it is. This one, I don't see that being that. Like I see the eye right here and I see the eye right there. I don't see it being either of these characters.
Okay, well, we'll do some more digging.
Obviously not this one.
But I do think that it's worth, but I do think that it is worth noting. I mean, because I don't have any of my friends as an animal, but anyway. That maybe we
Yeah, I
can.
don't think it's Pepe either.
You don't think we can reverse image search that?
I can try. Let's try real fast. If I can, here we go. It only takes 2 seconds, right, Candace? No, I didn't want you to do AI mode. I wanted you to do all, or visual matches.
I was so excited about my dinner. It was going to be like something healthy, but sounded delicious. When I first got to the hotel and tried to order something like 2 hours ago here, the oven was broken in the hotel. So, you know, so goes life. Okay, well, we can keep digging on that later, and we've got a lot of great savvy folks in our community. So anyway, we'll just call attention to that, and we'll see what we can do.
And if you can continue reading along.
Okay. And Tyler says, "I'm still okay, my love, but I'm stuck in Orem for a little while longer yet. Shouldn't be long until I can come home, but gotta grab my rifle still. To be honest, I had hoped to keep this and then lamb.
Yeah, so basically all the text messages that we saw and all the documents were actually on this phone. And okay, when we had James May on, we had him on, or I had him on earlier today on the show, and we had a really great interview, I think. And basically, I just asked him what he thought about this, what he thought about that. It wasn't really a debate. It was a back and forth a lot, but I offered some pushback. But anyway, James May, when we did the debate on, it was like the second show that we did before it was Try and Prove It, I think. And that's the one that Wolves and Finance covered. And we were talking about how I asked James May, they didn't get an electronic copy of the phone, right? And he couldn't really answer that because it had not been stated in public whether or not they got the electronic download of the phone. But now they have said in the hearing that they did get the electronic scan of the phone, which I find odd because why would they show us the photo of the phone screen if they have the electronic copy of the phone? That's always like, that just seems weird. Is that how they normally do it, Kelly?
No, I think it all looks very sus to me. Also, and we could do this now, or we could take a look at it later. But there was at least one of the messages that was from Tyler that I know for sure, or I believe for sure, and I tried to check it right before the stream, was not included in that original listing. And it was something that kind of, I don't know, it made Tyler a little bit more sympathetic or something. But anyway, I just thought, it's very strange from the beginning. Like, they obviously had the messages, in their hand one way or another, whether you believe the validity of them or not. Why would they not have just included screenshots in that initial filing versus typing them out?
And you remember the show we did last week where I accidentally pulled up the wrong file on the wrong case, but it was like 200 pages long, full of nothing but screenshots and photos, and it was just the arrest affidavit. But the Charlie Kirk assassination, probably the biggest political assassination in our lifetimes, they can't even put like together like a few pages worth of evidence.
Some screenshots, some screenshots or some photos like this. Yeah.
Celebrate. Yes, that is the software. Oh, Celebrate is an Israeli company. I did not know that. I'll have to verify that before we put our seal of approval on that, but that is interesting. Thank you.
Oh, and also, previously when they shared, the information about the text messages, I always thought that it was strange that they didn't include the dates or the times and really just kind of left it up to the public's imagination. And it's almost like it gave them wiggle room to fudge later on.
Adam says, I'm telling you, the delivery service didn't take the pickup. They usually don't take it because they don't get paid properly for it, or the restaurant canceled it because the restaurant closed. I don't know. Did you find something?
I think so, hopefully.
And I feel like you just told me to Google something, and it kind of went in one ear and out the other. What was I supposed to Google?
I don't know. We'll come back to it if it's important.
Something about Lance. Or Tyler or something.
Oh, it was regarding the text messages. I can try to pull up. They canceled the pickup because you guys are getting too close to the truth. I like it. Yeah. Oh, for instance, okay, they did not initially include the all caps text of fuck, I tried to delete that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I noticed that. That was not in the original. What? What? I don't understand that chat. Ruby. If we lose GCL because Jordan had to flex and she was only trying to get his attention.
Language.
Can someone provide context on that?
Okay, yeah, I don't know.
What?
I missed what happened.
Oh, you said the F word.
Yeah,
remember?
But we didn't lose GCL, did we? What happened?
Is that what it was about? I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so
I don't know what they're talking about.
Okay, well, y'all let us know if everything's okay.
I don't know what this comment is. Can someone provide context, please? And I'm going to play the rest of this video.
They grabbed some crazy old dude and interrogated someone in similar clothing. I planned to grab my rifle from the drop point shortly after, but most of that side of town got locked down. It's quiet, almost enough to get out, but there's one vehicle lingering.
Scroll down to page 3. Continue reading.
Lance says, why? And Tyler says, why did I do it? And Lance says, yeah. Tyler says, I had enough of his hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out. I'm able to grab my rifle. Unseen, I will have left no evidence. Going to attempt to retrieve it again. Hopefully, they have moved on. I haven't seen anything in the news about them finding it. we'll update you shortly, or sorry, we'll update you by midnight. And then Lance says, all right, stay safe. How long have you been planning this?
Scroll down a little bit, please, Kimberly.
And Tyler replies, a bit over a week, I believe. I can get close to it, but there is a squad car parked right by it. I think they already swept that spot, but I don't want to chance it.
Scroll down to page 4 and continue reading about halfway down. I'll stop you about halfway down.
This is while they were the spot, but I don't want to chance it while they were parked there. If they'd found it, I imagine there would be more commotion. Again, I'm sorry for roping you into all of this. You shouldn't have to worry about this. And Lance replies, does anyone else know? Tyler says, not to my knowledge.
All right, I'll stop there. Let's move to page 5. So this should be page 4, so just scroll down one, please. And if you could read starting sorry, Kimberly, scroll a bit more down. If you could read, I don't know, about a 1/3 of the way up that starts with guess.
What?
Okay. Tyler says,
Oh, okay.
I'm just sitting
Pause
in my
for a second.
What happened?
Okay, so GCL took you saying, look, we don't, because you had her comment pulled up.
You're breaking up. You're breaking up.
Okay, can you hear me?
Now I can. Please continue.
Okay.
Or repeat that.
She took it as you were direct because you had her comment pulled up when you said, look, we don't read people's comments when they force us to or something like that. Took that as
no, that was Milner. That was Milner.
Yeah, but you had her comment pulled up when you said that. So
no, I was talking about Milner because Milner said, read my comment. I wasn't talking about GCL. GCL didn't say that. I was talking about Milner. Can someone, well, hold on. I can do this.
GCL is such a part of the family. I don't want her to feel
They're
offended.
always, I think they're in my DMs. Hold on. Berman is in my DMs right now.
Okay, I'm also going to read a couple of the ones that I think, the text messages that I think were left out of the original document while you're working on that.
I don't remember what you just said, but please continue.
Sure thing. Okay. So for one was the, fuck. I tried to delete that in all caps. And that came after the drop what you're doing and look under my keyboard. Which I recall that being in here, in the documents, but not the, fuck, I tried to delete that. And then also there's another text. Let's see. I'm sorry for a week. I mean, all of it just sounds, all of it sounds to me as prompted and reaching as, essentially the law enforcement guy who was interviewing, the investigator that was interviewing Lance sounded to elicit his responses. It was just about as, oh my gosh. It was just about as forced, in my opinion.
Okay, I just DM'd them because they've DM'd me on Twitter before, so I just DM'd them, and I think it should be fixed.
Okay.
Okay. Are you done with your topic there?
Yeah. It's just the fact that I believe that there are several of these messages, and I'll go through and I'll try to figure out what I can. But it's interesting to me that why they picked some texts and not others. that are in this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not that long of a period of time. It's not even 24 hours. So,
Well, I mean, our texts 24 hours can be a lot of scrolling, so you never know.
well, look, Tyler should have been pretty busy, worried about a lot of things.
He was doing a lot of driving too.
Another hour, hoping this guy fucks off.
And continue.
And when it says, "Are you okay still?" Tyler says, "Yes, check and spot again now. We'll
Sorry, now we're on page 6. Continue reading.
we'll update soon." It continues, "The squad car was moved further away enough that I should be able to move in. I backed off because I thought I heard footsteps, maybe a foot patrol, but the crickets here are so fucking loud. Gonna see if the road closer to campus is open so I can drive past and check shit out. Finding my found IDEK."
A lot of people had some comments on this dude, on his voice, on his face. What do you think, Kelly?
Oh, so you and I made the
comments.
same comment in the chat at the same time, where we both felt that he was smirking when they came out of Lance's interview and to this guy.
Yeah, hold on. Let me see if I can find that.
For 1102 purposes.
There you go.
All right, that can...
He's definitely smirking.
Yes.
And you can see.
And then there was, oh yeah, if you want to pull up the chat. But then he continued to try to contain his smirk a little bit more. Look at
And
that.
you might say that it's Super's delight.
Yeah.
16.
Yes, I was there.
And aside from the court-ordered number,
Between himself and Tyler Robinson.
So I think you said, or yeah, you said this guy has a smirk on his face, odd. And I said, did he see Davis's smirk at the end at basically the same time? Yeah, we are in sync. Okay. Is there more of this stuff to go through? I don't know that there is.
Oh, could you pull
This was when I made my sandwich.
at the very beginning? Do you mind going back up to the very beginning of the interview when he, not the beginning of the stream, but the beginning of the Lance interview, where he spits his gum out?
Screen.
Yes. All right, so again, those messages covered from September 10th.
Is this the beginning of it?
Benefit right there as well.
And the reason why I ask about it is
They're
because
about to play the video. Kelly, come back.
the reason that I ask
Hey,
about
who's
it,
B?
on
Who's
X,
B?
yeah, it's not who you
Who's
think it is.
B?
It's not who you think it is.
Who's B? Is it somebody important?
No,
No?
it's just it's yeah.
No.
Brennan.
Is to use
Kelly,
your
come back.
here instead of your testimony at a preliminary hearing. Understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so in order to do that, I need to place you under oath and also give you an admonition about false statements. Okay. First, you do solemnly swear or affirm that the evidence you shall give in this issue shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God.
Yes.
I also need to notify you that you are notified that statements you are about to
I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at the other screen. Did he do it?
I don't think so.
make may be presented at
The guy has to ask him.
magistrate or a judge in lieu of your sworn testimony at a preliminary examination. Any false statement you make and that you do not believe
Oh, he's still
to be true
chewing.
may subject you to criminal punishment as a Class A misdemeanor. Understand that?
Yes.
It potentially could be used as for punishment as a higher offense as obstruction of justice. In addition, I just want to make sure that our recording here is clear that you've also been given a federal agreement and a state agreement granting you immunity from prosecution for materials that you discuss now. You understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. First, we're going to cover some of the things that you've already talked about, but to make it as part of this record. First, what's your name?
Full name with middle name or just first and last?
First and last is fine.
Okay, my name is Lance Twiggs.
And do you know Tyler Robinson?
Yes, I do. Well, yeah, I do.
And this is the same Tyler Robinson that's been charged with the shooting of Charlie Kirk?
Yes.
And would you say when you first met Tyler?
I think it was 2023. I've known him longer than that, though. That was, I think, the first time I met him in person.
Okay.
Has he spit it out yet?
No, it's coming. That he has to be asked. And there's something that he does that I want to see.
And will you describe your relationship with Tyler when you first met him anyway?
When I first met him, I didn't know him super well. He was just a new roommate. So I knew he knew my friend group, and I knew he liked playing games, but that's about it when we first, when he first moved in.
Okay. Before we go on, I realized my mic was muted at the outset. Was yours on, your microphone? Okay. I'm going to repeat those admonitions just to make sure we got it recorded. Okay, so again, I placed you under oath. Just to make a record, I'm going to do it again. You do solemnly swear that the evidence you shall give in this issue shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
And again, I'm going to give you the false statement.
Sorry, hold on.
Here it comes, I think.
They're saying that it's echoing, so
I think this one's mic is on.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, you know,
Nice is a technology expert.
Okay, so we should be good. All right. Is that mic on?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right. Okay, sorry about that interruption. All right. So you said when you first met, you were roommates?
Yeah.
Okay. And then at some point, your relationship progressed to something more than just roommates. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
When was that?
I think we started dating 2 or 3 months after he moved in.
Okay. And where did you live at that time?
St. George, in an apartment complex.
And is that apartment the same place you lived when on September 10th?
Yes.
When you lived there with Tyler, were you in the same room? Did you live in the same room or different rooms?
No, separate rooms.
And at that time, let's say September of 2025, what were you doing with your life? Were you working, school?
I was working. I was doing like bathtub and shower repair and stuff in new construction.
Okay. How about Tyler?
I think he was both working. I think he was working for an electrician company then, and he was also in a trade school for being I don't know, higher ranking electrician. I'm not sure how the trade system works for that.
Okay.
But yeah, I think he was both.
What was his typical work day like?
I think he'd leave around 7 generally and get back around 3 to 4, depending on where the job was and how long.
Still
it was.
chewing, so just hold on.
On certain days of the week during school, semesters, he would then later in the day, I think around 5 or 6, go to school. So, yeah.
Okay. Let's jump to September 10th. Did he spend the night in the apartment the night of September 9th into September 10th?
Yeah, he did. Yes.
Do you know when he left the apartment on September 10th?
I don't know an exact time. I just know he left early. I heard him leaving, and he just said he had a long drive to work that day, so he was leaving early.
And so early, any guess as to what, when that was?
I don't know. I would have thought it was 5 a.m. because that's when like an early work day was for him, but it was probably more like 4.
Okay.
I'm gonna have him spit out his gum just to make sure that
I can do that.
You want to
make sure right in front of your laptop.
Here you go.
Thank you.
So, okay, that right there. Can you pause it? Oh, sorry. Yeah, so, okay, did you notice what he was going to do? He right away, so once he spits, he's very, I don't know, he seems to have decent manners in that he's like, oh, of course. He spits out the gum into the napkin, and then he was going to stuff it, and he was going to put it inside his coat jacket. I mean, like, so I guess you kind of like contrast that idea with this. I mean, in some of the videos that we've heard him talked about being very like sloppy and just all over the place and unpredictable. And I just thought that mannerism, after speaking with someone today, they had pointed that out to me. And so I wanted to actually get to see it myself. And I think that like tells you a lot.
Hold on.
Proper, or there we go.
When did you notice that?
So someone who I spoke with today after our stream had mentioned that to me as something that
because I was confused because I was looking at you in the stream and I'm like, you're not paying attention, so I was confused.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he seems like a normal dude.
Well, I think more than just normal. Okay. We're talking about a 20-year-old kid. And some of the things that we've heard about him are, this sort of different characteristics. So I just wanted to call attention to that because it was a subtlety that people might not have picked up on. And so it's like, whoa, where'd you go? Did your chair like break?
No, it's a parallax effect. I accidentally put my foot on the cord to the webcam.
Oh.
And that tilted it up. But it's a fake background, so that's why it looked really strange.
Here we go. Yeah.
All right, what were we doing before we watched like another 5 minutes of that? We were... But that is very important, Kelly. That is the psychology of the suspect here. That is very important. Thank you.
People even asked if they could just watch that little part again before you click off of it. Sorry. You can even do full screen on that so it's bigger and we're off the screen.
Thank you.
Take us off.
Thank you.
All right, so what time did you get?
My food's here.
Oh, your food's there. Cool. Okay. Now we are going to start at the first one. And we are going to then go to the first one and find that real fast on the lives page. And we're going to start like skipping through our stream on the first day. And then we're going to very quickly go through and talk about what happened. So we did our preliminary hearing stakeout. That was not actually that, but we talked about what we expected would happen throughout it. And then we did our stakeout stream, which was pretty cool.
All right.
We were out here.
So here, I'm going to turn the camera back around.
So this was pretty cool. So this is why this is the best stream, because we have Kelly out there getting us our own footage broadcast from the day. So
Okay.
that's, and you got on the news the line for public.
So wanted to
Horizontal. Perfect. Who is she's yeah. So the common theme. So these are if you're joining us on X and you didn't know that we were doing this awesome and amazing live stream, do you want to be on the screen right now, Kelly? Okay, I took you off. You can put yourself back on if you'd like. So this was the line of, I think, press going into the courthouse. And I'm pretty sure this is press.
just open it out. This is the last of the
Preliminary hearing. This out more. I don't think she can hear me right now. Yeah, we had some audio issues, but anyway, that was a pretty cool stream because that was the very first time that we had a reporter live on the ground doing that stuff. Well, that's actually not true because I've been on the ground before as well. And we did the live stream at the reflecting pool too. So it's not the first time, but it was still pretty cool, especially at the courthouse for the Tyler Robinson hearing. Okay. So now we'll go into the other stream. We need to make a playlist of this, honestly. We need to make a playlist so that we can just skip through them. We can actually do that right now. Why don't we do that real fast? Save to playlist. Oh, I'm not signed into that account, so I don't think I can. To do that later. Anyway, then we went into the 8-hour stream here. We had some audio issues because of a bug in stream here.
Be graphic in nature. And those were the exhibits.
So one of the things that happened on the first day was Erica was there. She was captured entering in the front, which was where most of the media wasn't. And apparently, as they started talking about the shooting itself, Erica decided to leave. And apparently they were sitting with Charlie's parents because at some point in this hearing, you see his dad walk out, then his mom walks out, and then Erica walks out. Or maybe the parents are in a different order. I don't remember. But that's basically what happens. And apparently it was because I just want to go home. No, it wasn't that. It was something about the police officer who testifies this day. He starts talking about when the shot rang out, and then that's when they leave. And it seems like that's happened every single day. They found a new time to leave, and they make the case seemingly that they're leaving because it's too emotional at this point or it's too emotional at that point. And if it were just Erica leaving, then that would be very compelling because she would seem to be the person who would do that because she probably wants to get to another media interview. But when it's the parents leaving as well, it seems more likely that it might be sincere in some way. But at the same time, Kelly has expressed this, and I would express this. If I had a close family member get assassinated, I'm going to be at their preliminary hearing. I'm not going to just leave in the middle of it just because I heard something that was sad. Doesn't make sense to me. I think something else is going on. I feel like there's more to the story. And I think Kelly would agree.
I was referring to at the last hearing.
One of the ones.
Whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
All right, Officer Begley, if you wouldn't mind having a seat at the witness table. And down.
So that is Officer Begley, and I'll get his super up here. This is Chris, Officer, former UVU police. Oh, you're not here. It has your face there, but you're not here. Okay. Anyway, Chris Begley is a former UVU police officer, and he was the first one to testify. He was standing on the Hall of Flags at the time of the shot, which is pretty much directly above. My sound is out of sync. Well, thank you for letting me know. Once Kelly comes back and starts talking, I'll exit and rejoin, and maybe that'll fix it. But thank you for letting me know. Chris Begley was on the Hall of Flags standing well above Charlie Kirk to the back. And he was the officer who allegedly was first to arrive at the Losey Center roof access point and determined that that was the most likely location that the shooter was in. And one of the most important things he testified to, in my opinion, God damn it, I lost my pin cap, was he didn't know anything about all the other people who were open carrying at the event. No metal detectors, no screening of people coming in there. Basically, what we found out in this day of the hearing was Joe Schmo could have open carried to that event, walked up to the first line, to the front of the line, got there early, and had a uncontrolled firearm open carried 2 feet away from Charlie Kirk. Yeah, that's where we found out that day of the hearing. And the police people, the people doing security for the university, and I guess for the county, state, city, whatever, they had no security plan. Nobody knew what was going on. They just winged it like we do this show sometimes. And it's like, meh, nobody really knows what's going on. They're just kind of winging it. And then, they find a holster of a pistol down in the courtyard, and they decide, should we fingerprint it? Should we DNA it? Nah, we don't need to do that because Tyler Robinson. We don't need to fingerprint it. We don't need to find out what happened to this weapon. Because when you look at the wound on Charlie Kirk, it's obviously a 30-06. It's not a pistol. It's obviously a 30-06 because there's no exit wound. So that wound clearly matches the rifle overhead. So we don't need to look at any of the firearms in the lower courtyard, right, Kelly?
That's right. Yeah, we don't need to look at any of those firearms. We don't need to know, gosh, would it have been too much to just ask people to come in through one particular entrance? Nah, trust me, bro, to 3,000 people.
And when you look at the thing that I opened the show with, JFK, was that controlled access? No. Was there controlled access to the grassy knoll? No. Was there controlled access to the school book depository? No. Was there controlled access to the street where everyone was? No. Was there controlled access to any of the other buildings, any of the rooftops in the area? No. No controlled access anywhere, but they want to tell us, oh, it was a lone shooter because they said so. And what I also said at the very beginning, you know what's interesting? When I say and like that, I noticed that I'm starting to say and like that a lot. And I'm pretty sure I got that from you because I spend so much time live streaming with you. We're like syncing our verbal patterns or something.
Yes.
Have you noticed that?
Yeah. That's awesome.
But so I forget what my train of thought there was, but there's a lot of similarities
here. Them quite a bit for other calls and a lot of what we in the area.
Okay, so back up just a little bit. So Utah Valley University is located in what city?
Orem, Utah.
Orem, Utah. Okay. The duty?
Yes, I did.
And what was that assignment?
It was to secure the top of the Hall of Flags on the south end.
What was your comment on why they actually secured the Hall of Flags that way, Kelly?
Oh, man. I've got a real strong opinion on it. So I believe that they secured the Hall of Flags in the way that they did by actually, taping off the essentially taping off the entire middle overhead section. What?
I sent you this video of a or not a hamster, of a
squirrel.
Oh, this one too, of the squirrel. I don't think I told you the story behind that squirrel.
No, but can I continue on the Hall of Flags?
Definitely the time to do it. Hold on. So this squirrel
Oh my gosh.
Came into my house in the winter, and well, its mother did. It was a very, very small squirrel, and I'll try to find the photo. It was like an infant squirrel, and that was like several months ago during the middle of the winter, and it was probably going to die because it was so cold outside. And the squirrel brought it in through a window, and it didn't have any fur. It was like this big. You can't see me. It's like really, really small. And this is the squirrel now. We took it to a shelter, or I took it to a lady who was a rehabilitator or whatever. And this is the squirrel now.
Oh, okay. That's really cute. I did not know the story at all.
You're the only reason I keep on coming home.
Okay,
They're
that's
about to release it back into the wild.
really
But yeah,
cute.
that squirrel was that baby squirrel was supposed to die, but it's not going to die. It is going to live a full and happy life. But anyway, I'm going to try to find a video of the Hall of Flags because I didn't forget what we were talking about. You sent me a video of the Hall of Flags, I think, that you would want me to show. Please continue.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I can send you a better video as well, but I think that will kind of give the quick synopsis. I have, like I said, I have some better ones. I shot like a full explanation of it that I have not sent to you yet. But the bottom line.
Oh, you know what it was? I think it was your mom's video, actually.
Oh, that works too.
Or do you want me to use the other one?
It doesn't matter. It's fine. Yeah, you can use it because it's probably more accessible. But just as kind of the brief explainer while he's pulling that up. So the Hall of Flags is like this overhead walkway, and there's a lower floor too. But what we're going to show you is from above, and Charlie's tent would be below. You can go ahead and play it.
Go ahead.
Oh, so I hope that I at least. Oh, you can let the video has. Oh, that's my mom's.
Yeah. Do you want her audio? I can turn the audio back on.
Sure.
Oh, she's not saying anything. Just go ahead and narrate.
Oh, okay. Can you show the one that I had from earlier today?
Oh, from today? Sure.
Even though it's not perfect, I just. I think it will fill the screen, and it may be a little bit easier. So yes, the bottom line is that people, if they were in that middle area above the Hall of Flags and Charlie's tent was below, okay, they kept all these people off of this. So there are people on this side, there are people on this side, and literally if you step on the other side to where the people were allowed to stand, you cannot see the roof of the Losi Center. If you step on this side, this is the part that they blocked off that was completely empty, but there was a UVU officer, I believe, standing there. You can see it crystal clear. Same thing goes for this other side, the side that Adam Bartholomew, Life is Driving, was standing there shooting, or he was interviewing 3 guys, and at the time of the shot ring out, those people would not have line of sight to the 3rd floor roof of the Losi Center due to trees. So here's just, I was showing Jordan this with just screen recording it off of my phone, but video that I'd shot yesterday. So once I get this like proper video edited and uploaded, I think it'll be really helpful. Thank you, Jordan.
I think I figured out why your computer's so slow, Kelly.
Thank you.
On
You're
this
welcome.
Side, especially in the middle, you can absolutely see it. And there are some shots.
Oh, I think that was it.
Oh, well, let
I
me
guess it was
here. I can upload the actual file maybe. Anyway,
It's only 1 minute, 24 seconds.
Okay. But I can tell you guys that this will be super helpful when you see this video in its entirety. I think it's fine if we just give them like the sort of tease for now, but I walk through the whole thing just to show you. Literally, if you're standing here in the blocked off area, this is what you can see. I zoom in as best I can and kind of point to the rooftop, step on the other side of where that tape would have been, and all the students were. And then you see that you are unable to see due to the tree totally blocking line of sight. And I think that I walk all the way around to like the front part right by that stairwell that goes down. It's hard to say that that's just a coincidence.
Mm-hmm. And the other reason why you would do that is so that the bullet can fly through that area into the pond.
Fly,
We
exactly.
had people that were gathering on top of that were looking down on top of the tent. So we wanted to secure that area. So I was put up on top of the Hall of Flags on the south end.
Okay. My apologies, Your Honor. Could we have Exhibit 1 published again?
Go ahead and republish State's Exhibit 1.
Okay, I'm going to skip through some of this because like we have a lot of stuff to get through.
This exhibit, are you able to see the Fugal building?
Yes, I am.
They did a lot of like, do you understand where this building is? Do you see where that building is? Is this where that building is? And I tried to follow along on the map in the live stream, which is why our stream is the best live stream, because I do my best to help you understand what's going on during the hearing. But that was basically all that was.
And right where the Fugal and the Hall of Flags meet, there's some outside stairs.
And fun fact, Brandon Fugal is the guy who currently owns Skinwalker Ranch, and his name is on one of the buildings at this.
I was starting to run down as I was trying.
Okay, well then that
Oh,
will
that was
probably be, not in the
Noting that the evidence tag appears to be number 2 on Stacy's.
Oh yeah, another thing that happened that day. Yeah, they found a cartridge or a shell or a casing or something on one of the roofs that wasn't the Losi Center. Kelly, are you more informed on this than I am?
I am not up to speed on all the details of that, but it definitely, we need more answers on that for sure. And then the other thing, did you mention yet about the failed body camera?
Oh yeah, that's important too. But before we get to that, apparently one of the officers contaminated the crime scene with the casing, and it was not actually used in the assassination, allegedly. But it adds suspicion, and we need a lot of information to rule that possibility out, because you would expect to see a casing or a cartridge or a 223 or something in that area, given, the Sorensen Center white dot theory, even though, let me ask you this. Have you been able to observe the white dot yet?
Not yet. But tomorrow, with me being out there closer to the time of the incident, perhaps I'll be able to see, a reflection or something. But I have tried my bestest so far.
You've always been there at like 7 p.m. So I think hopefully it will work tomorrow. And then, yes, the body cam footage. When did the body cam just decide to die?
I guess as he was going to the rooftop, or right before the incident. I don't remember. But while, at a very inopportune time.
Right before he picked up what?
Oh, the casing? Or the screwdriver. The screwdriver. Sorry. Yes, it's been a long week. Yeah.
So he runs over to Losi Center, body cam's on, his body cam battery decides to die.
He run over to Losi Center after he assists with the holster thing, or did he come back down?
I think he came back down, but I don't know, because we tried to find it in video, but we couldn't really find it in video. And then we had some drama go down, so I kind of forgot what happened there. But I think he ran up to Losi Center pretty much immediately. And so he's running up to Losi Center. The battery dies apparently. And then he goes up to the up to the roof access, he finds, oh my God, it's a screwdriver that has the DNA of Tyler Robinson on it. And you know why that's important? It's important because that is the only DNA that puts Tyler Robinson at the crime scene. But his body cam battery just decided to die. And when's the last time you remember in any police encounter where the police officer's body cam just happened to die right at the right moment? Does that happen?
Occasionally, but they're
Not
usually
very
up to
often.
they're usually up to no good when it happens.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Exhibit 3.2.
What? Wait, hold. What was that? Can't get Links Twigs chasing after a squeak toy in court out of my head. This. What is this?
It's a, I don't know, a furry reference or something. I'm not sure.
Do
Jordan,
I
another
feel an
reminder
AI?
that your words are out of sync.
Yeah. Do you have anything to talk about so I can exit?
Sure.
What's something to talk about? What else happened this day? Do you want to talk about the holster that they found?
Yeah, I mean, I can briefly. Baron wouldn't show
That
a
seems
picture
like
of
a
the
no. Let's find
rifle on
something
the
else.
stream. What?
Oh yeah, you can't show a picture of a rifle on a stream. It will kill your stream, so that's why.
My goodness.
You're not allowed to do that.
Since when, though? I mean, we didn't have any issues with them while we were streaming this, right? And they show the rifle, which means we show the rifle.
But you remember that one stream? It was me, you, Baze, and Danks.
Uh-huh.
And my stream got cut. It was because I showed a paintball gun.
Yeah, but anyway, we can talk about that later. Sometimes it happens, and I feel like it's when someone is using it, not just when it's like an image of it. But anyway, I'm not the YouTube expert, so we don't need to, after all we've been through, we don't need to risk anything. But that's a whole thing.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
sorry.
Can we move on to, I don't know, maybe
Yes.
the next day or something? Because I'll just be
Let's
honest.
go to the
with you
next
guys.
day.
I love you all, but I'm running out of steam.
Yeah, let's go to the next day.
Out of steam.
I think this is a good stream, though.
Oh yeah, no, this is a great stream.
Day 2. But you remember what happens when you go back home and get a monitor. You get to have the remote.
Yes.
Like,
no.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be rude, but like it just feels like such a spectacle, and it feels like these folks are.
Oh, that's right. You were being too loud.
Just here for sure.
Yeah, the lady in front of me.
Put my running shoes on, y'all.
See, these are the things that you guys miss out on. When you miss out on the stream, you miss out on seeing me running, chasing after, trying to get the shot.
Jordan sent amping up the production.
Spartan ski.
We're shooting.
Yeah.
If you can keep your voice down, because your voice is all over my.
Oh, like so. Charlie's dad looks like he made quite a bit of eye contact today. What did you think?
When we're shooting,
yeah.
If you can keep your voice down,
Oh,
your voice is all over my video.
Oh, okay, you got it.
Erica apparently is there. I'm going to work on getting the audio.
Having taken in consideration all factors.
Do you remember anything interesting about David Hull?
Yes. I don't think they gave.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, well, yeah. So David Hull, Utah Department of Public Safety, the Special Bureau of Investigations. He talked a bit about, I can't control this, but hi. Yeah, I got to keep my voice down. I'm too loud. Needed to go get somewhere else. Anyway, so I think this was when we started talking about finding some of the DNA evidence on some of the, well, DNA on some of the evidence. And where some of all my notes are out of order, but some of the evidence that needed to be tested.
Is my voice back in sync? No? Okay, I'm gonna have to reboot then. Yeah, I'll reboot. I'll be back.
Okay.
It worked last time. Do you have something to talk about?
I'll talk about this. I just didn't have my David Hull notes up. Oh my goodness.
So David Hull, while you do that, so I don't leave you hanging. David Hull worked with the Utah Department of Public Safety. He helped run the investigation from a higher level than like the local police. And he was the one who presented the video footage from the surveillance system, or that's when they chose to present that evidence. And they, oh yeah, this is interesting. I asked Kelly to go out and live stream from the ground in those areas, basically during that part of the hearing. So that was pretty cool. So it's like you see in the hearing, this surveillance footage, that surveillance footage, in this stairwell and that stairwell, and this parking garage and that parking garage. And it's like, I wish somebody would just go out there and live stream from there so we can see what the place actually looks like. And what do you know? Kelly was willing to do that. Pretty cool. None of the other streams have that.
That's right.
And I'm going to go ahead and exit now. Reboot. Do you have your notes pulled up, or should I continue
it's fine.
filibustering?
Yep.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Let's see. So I have written down that David Hull, under cross, testified that no shell casings were actually recovered on the rooftop itself, that 2 were found below at ground level. Nestor got him to admit that he never interviewed 2 witnesses who said that their own rooftop footage showed someone who didn't match Robinson's appearance. I mean, that's a tough pill to swallow there. And yes, for those who are asking about my food, I'm like, I didn't even taste it. I just inhaled it. I was so hungry. I did not hear them give David Hull a hard time this go round about the 5 DNA samples that were found on the gun. But I was running around quite a bit that day. Like Jordan said, I was on my way out to the campus, and then I was shooting a bunch of video from within the parking garage. I was taking the walk that Tyler would have taken on his way down into the tunnel and then into the parking structure. I did not personally step, because I'm 5'8", and there was debate about if he was 5'10", or if he is 5'10", or 6 foot. But anyway, I didn't take the time to like measure my height against, because I'm not quite near the same height. Hey, Jordan.
Hey, I'm back. Is it working better now?
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. I have to pull up my screen again now.
Okay.
Did I do the wrong one? I think I did the wrong one.
Okay. So yes, C3 Holland. Apparently that happened. Apparently that video was posted. We didn't end up working together, so I was not involved in that ordeal. And I
'Cause-
think he deleted the video, maybe.
Yeah, but we still have the video.
Some of
But-
it at least. Yeah.
Wait, what? Blake's not in Delaware. I'm in Delaware. So yes, 1:14 a.m. But Blake's not in Delaware. If he comes to Delaware,
Sorry. Did y'all see that? I wasn't expecting that, Jordan. Oh my goodness. Can you tell we're getting delirious or what? Oh my goodness.
because he's told Kelly, I wasn't privy to this conversation, but allegedly he told Kelly, I'm going to help you film your thing. I'm going to let you do a walk and talk, and it's going to be great, and I'm going to help you, and I'm going to collaborate with you. And then what did he do?
He fled the state and never helped me. Yeah, literally.
And
He said, "Oh no, you don't need to spend your time shooting that video by yourself. I'll help you do it. Just wait. Don't do it right now. I'll help you do it." Then he turns around and goes and shoots all the stuff that I talked about wanting to do. Oh yeah. That's part of why I was so pissed.
so you told him what your list was?
Well, no, not my list. No, talking about the stuff in the Phil Lyman neighborhood and like that I wanted to go and I wanted to shoot it and I wanted to do it this way and da da da. And he's like, oh, don't, you don't have to shoot it right now. Don't waste your time doing it. I will shoot it with you and I'll help you. It's gonna look so badass and da da da. And then he like ghosted me for the day and then booked it to Texas.
And he filmed that by himself.
He filmed his stuff by himself, yeah, and never filmed any of my stuff with me.
But we did get his drone footage that he deleted. It's in the stream here somewhere. Did he do the Phil Lyman neighborhood stuff?
I mean, I did a little bit of it, but...
No, did he do that?
Or did he? Yeah.
Uh-huh. The same idea that you had?
I haven't seen it executed yet, but I know that he got everything that he needed.
And if he were to call you right now, he's going to be blocked.
Yeah.
Consequences for your decisions, mate.
I wouldn't be talking about this if I wasn't highly pissed.
Decisions have consequences.
Thank you. Yes, my son is on his way to being a YouTube pro. They've been checking in. They wish that they were here.
Look, Bella, I can see it was restricted. I don't know what they're talking about.
I don't understand why he faced that way on that other. Yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me if he got contacted by the cops, if that's why he took it down.
That's the word on the street. But I mean, I haven't spoken to him, so I can't tell you for sure. But that's the word on the street.
But like I say in the stream, why is he facing this way?
That's what I just asked. I'm like, what's the point of facing that direction? That's not where they're going.
This is off the. So if you're facing the way Tyler Robinson would have, that's to your left.
Yes.
Yeah. That's weird. I don't know.
Yeah, I wish I had all of my video right now to go over with you guys. Oh my goodness, Jordan. I'm in the process of loading it all in, but it looks really pretty because I filmed it with the
Osmo.
up and get it. But yeah, the DJI Osmo, and it's a beautiful picture and smooth. So
So even though, oh, sorry, go ahead.
well,
Oh, you
it's
can't
just,
see my screen.
I wish that I had someone else, filming me so I could like be in it a little bit more and like narrate, do like walk and talk. That's what I wanted to do. Reporter Kelly, but it's okay.
Well, maybe not this trip, but on other trips, we're going to
Right.
collaborate some more, and I'm going to build you up
Totally.
once we, once that becomes an option. I do want to point this out, though. Even though Blake's an asshole, I think we can all agree he's an asshole. This is very compelling. If this is actually filmed from 3 feet above the roof, and if you can get that close to the ledge and not have line of sight because the ledge is in the way, what does this tell you about shot into van or shot into pond?
Pond.
Yeah.
10 out of 10. Pond.
Even though I have the acoustic stuff with, Allgeist and some other people who seem to have the same audio analysis, there are so many caveats to that audio analysis that it's not conclusive. The audio analysis does point in the direction of it going into the van and not into Charlie Kirk, and definitely not into the pond. But there's so many caveats that it's very difficult to say that it is for certain. And I agree with Kelly that contextually, pretty dumb to put it into the van, because if you miss by a little bit, you're going to hit somebody.
And there were some very high valued people right there. I mean, not just Charlie's team, but literally all of the people that were on that VIP side closest to the van. That's the Keller family. Like, as in, their name is on the first building that you see when you come onto the UVU campus.
Wait, what?
The Kellers. I've told you this before. That family that's right there by the van is the Keller family, like Cub Keller. Yeah. It's the Keller building at UVU. Like, they're big deal.
I'm hearing this for the first time. I didn't know that.
Oh my God. Yes. So I know. Some days it just goes in one ear and out the other. But that's okay, as long as you heard it this time. And that's why I have not been one of the many reasons why I just can't get on board with the van thing is because, like, you have like billionaires, like probably like right there.
Blake the Snake Bednars. Yeah. Okay.
That's enough
Wouldn't a
about
shot. That's enough. Yeah. Wouldn't a shot in the pond cause major disruption of the water? I don't think so. I mean, there
Nope.
would be some disruption, but not enough that you're going to like see it in a camera 100 feet away.
And I would like to add, for all of our friends who are in this stream right now, some information that I've got to officially verify through records, but I have it on very good authority that not only, so y'all may recall that we've talked about the water fountains being drained. Well, the lake or pond, that was also drained too, but not only was it drained, it was scraped as well. And the person who told me this said that's very, like, that is not normal. So,
And that person is is in an authority position who would actually know that.
Yes. That's why I'll say it's on very good authority. And that's kind of the extent of what I can say about that.
As a late.
I mean, maybe a professional sniper could put it into the van, but I don't think that Tyler was a professional sniper.
From the scene?
I don't.
It's hard for me to tell.
Do you have anything you'd like to say about this stuff right now or later?
I'll save it for later.
Yeah.
But I do think it's very interesting. I think it's cool that we went out there, and yeah, I've got more to say later when I'm not trying to like hold my eyelids open.
That same day, we learned about the limitations of search on X.
Look, you guys, I mean, I've been out here hustling.
And for my fear is,
This was the day when we learned literally everything there is to know about DNA. And that was because, okay, I have a theory on the defense's strategy here. They have this dude, and I'm not going to be disrespectful, but they have this dude. I guess this is when I left. Or no, this was your shift. Yeah, this was my shift. And then this was your shift. But anyway, this dude right here, ever since these hearings began, I heard this dude's voice and I'm like, who is this dude? Like, why is he the person they choose to keep going up to the stand? Because every time he starts talking, I go to sleep and he never gets to the point. And then as soon as the guy on the prosecution side gets up there, boom, I know exactly what he's talking about. The very first sentence he gives, the very first sentence that he says, I immediately understand what his point is.
Mm-hmm.
But this dude here, he talks for 20 minutes. I still have no idea what he's talking about.
Right.
So why do they keep, like, they have to know that he's bad at this. They have to know. There's no way they don't know. They're gonna know.
Oh man, we have to play that. Because also there are people there are people in the chat who have not yet heard about the big national news article and then the fallout from it.
Wait, what's the fallout from it?
We'll talk about it.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I remember. Where's my audio here?
Nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know.
They're gonna know.
Yeah. So the defense has to know how bad this guy is at just communicating effectively in a way that I understand that the judge can follow the legal reasoning, at least most of the time. The judge is probably going to be following some of the DNA stuff, but there comes a point where it's like, do you want someone who can talk for 20 minutes and people understand? Or do you want someone who's like really, really difficult for even a legal professional to understand? You want the person who's actually good at their job, who's actually good at communicating to do this. Because the person on the state side, on the prosecution side, is operating at the same legal level as this dude, but you can actually understand them. And then you have Catherine Nestor come up, and you can understand her a little bit better. And then you have Stacey Visser come up, and you can understand her way better. So I hope that when the trial comes, they're going to be utilizing Stacey Visser a lot more than they are now, and Catherine Nestor probably a little bit more as well. And my theory on this is they're using this guy right now so that the prosecution doesn't know how good they actually are.
I agree.
So
I thought that was a great theory.
Yeah, well, thank you. Hopefully that's what they're doing. So they talked about DNA for like the entire afternoon, and I don't think anybody followed a word of it.
And I like DNA conversations, and that was brutal. I'm like, of course, though, perhaps at this stage of the game, they're not trying to jazz it up and make it, fifth grade level for the general public. They are just trying to lay it out there like as scientifically as possible, I guess. I guess they're not trying to make it like palatable and consumable for the average person.
What does Stevie have?
Something I don't know if it was, maybe she said that it was just one link left or something. I don't know if it was one of the rooftop videos or something else, but
Okay, so we're now on the next day, on Wednesday, which was yesterday. And oh yeah, what happened? I guess it was. Hold on. I have the photo. This is going to be a really good compilation of everything.
here, Jordan, thank you, Naomi. Like, for example, this is how big money and power and influence we're talking. Okay. September 2024, Keller served as a prominent co-host for a high-profile fundraising stop for Trump's presidential campaign.
Are we talking about Slima?
Keller also hosted events for Donald Trump Jr. in Utah during the 2016 campaign.
Okay. So
it's just a point that this family is very politically connected and very influential, and yeah.
What family?
The Keller family that was next to the van.
So that's why they shoot it into the pond and not into the van. Okay.
Oh my gosh, who is this? I just got the fled part. Oh my God, y'all. We're being attacked by the flake bots.
No. It's the rename the account to the fake Blake Fednars.
But they did fled because he fled the state instead of fed.
Or that, yeah.
That too.
There you go.
There's options for everyone.
Keller also had a private dinner hosted at his house for Mike Pence. We're going to get into that real fast. So what happened that was really exciting on Tuesday night, I think it was? I got to debate Gary from Paramount Tactical, finally, for, did we lose one of the streams? Are all the streams still up? We might have lost one of the streams.
Anyway, just keep going, please. We gotta push.
I got to debate Gary from Paramount Tactical for like 10 minutes. That was really nice. And I think I did a good job.
You even told him, hold my beer.
Yeah. Try and Prove It is still up. Your stream is still up. And my stream is still up. Okay, we're good.
Thank you,
I got to debate him. And then on the same spaces, this was on Louisiana Girl Terror Spaces on X. Then Blake Neff from TPUSA, from the Charlie Kirk show, he, for some reason, decides to, I guess that just automatically puts a comment in the chat when that happens. I guess that's what happened last time. That must be what happens.
Jordan, come on. Stay focused.
I got to talk to Blake Neff with a lot of other people. And, you know, that's pretty cool because he's literally on the Charlie Kirk show. He was a very close friend of Charlie Kirk. I got to talk to him personally. So that was pretty cool. And at the same time, you were hanging out with a couple of your buddies. And this is what was going on. So Blake was in there. He was yelling and screaming at Blake Neff, calling him Blakey because they have the same first name. And Diligent was in there yelling and screaming, not actually yelling and screaming, but basically a lot of accusatory questions, lots of anger and aggression. And I was in there trying to be the peacekeeper, like you and I do in spaces a lot. Literally, man, we're the peacekeepers. We're going to make
Super
everyone happy, super professional. That's what I'm trying to do. And you know what happened later after that part? Like I'm in there in and out for like an hour almost. So yes, she is sad in this because these two people are like not including her at all. This whole time, I'm trying to tell Kelly, please try to get into this conversation with me. Try to help me out because you're the only person here who is qualified to have this conversation with this type of individual. I need some help here.
It's not that I'm the only person qualified. I do want to reel you back on that one. I mean, look, everybody is qualified well, maybe not everybody, but a lot of folks are qualified in their own ways. I appreciate, the props, but by no
But you're
means.
the only one with professional. Okay, have I ever been paid to interview like a high-ranking company official on a crime?
Yeah.
No. Nobody else in that space has ever been paid to do that, but you have, and you've won awards doing that.
you.
So I'm going to push back.
Okay.
So yes, you were the only one who is actually qualified to do that. So I wanted you in the space, but this is what was actually going on. They were not including you at all. So anyway, that space ends, and Blake apparently, what's the word? He blows out on his. He has a crash on his one wheel, which apparently he had, and as that's happening, Blake Neff, he gets out of Louisiana Girls spaces, and he goes into his own spaces with someone who I guess is his friend. And so then I go into that spaces. Let me get this off your forehead. I go into that spaces, and it's just a bunch of other people who are like his supporters, his followers, who are like really supportive of him in that spaces. And all the conspiracy people go in there as well, or the alternative or the critical thinking people go in there as well. But I don't think he's going to have any of those people up because they were all yelling and screaming at him for like 2 or 3 hours straight. And he ended that space to go to his own space so he had more control. So I request to speak. And like as this is happening, all these other conspiracy people, like all these other top accounts are going in there. But I don't expect to actually get put on stage to actually talk to him again because I'm one of the conspiracy people who he doesn't like. But what do you know? He brings on one person, talks to them for a few minutes, and then he brings them down. And then he brings me up to speak. The second person. And then I get to talk to him about like a lighter subject about the South Korea trip. And I'm not prepared, so I don't keep it going. It's very quick, very brief, very cordial, very professional. And then I hop back down. It was a very good interaction. And then I found out later, through a little bit of my own digging and with Christy's help, all those other conspiracy people went into that space and presumably requested to speak, but he only brought me up. I'm the only conspiracy person who has a name who he actually brought back up in that spaces. So you know what happens when you don't yell and scream at people? You build rapport.
You get another bite at the apple.
You get more, yeah. So anyway, I thought that was cool.
Yeah. Jordan, you were so respectful and professional. Your interaction stood out for sure. Oh my God.
I think we got to the end of that day.
Oh God. I don't know who this is, but they're funny.
I'm pretty sure I can figure it out because they were talking about doing that and then it immediately happened.
Yankee, what's up?
No, I'm not.
Hot minute since
I'm actually.
You've not been in our streams this week. What's up with that? Don't forget about us. We've been putting in the hard work.
We most certainly have been. I'm not worried about that though, because that's Fed slop, right, Kelly?
Yep. You can only consume in small doses. You do not want an overdose.
Okay, so I think we got to the end of that day, the DNA day, or was that the DNA day? I don't even remember.
Yeah, the DNA.
Yeah. So then we have number 4, which was today. What happened today? We had a lot of stuff happen today. One of the first things. Wait. Yeah, we got our dates right. We did the Lance Twigs video first. That was the first thing that happened, and then what happened after that? We did the phone messages.
Do we know why the TPUSA team went to Salt Lake City the night of the boom? Nope. I don't. But maybe, I don't know. We'll have to look into that a little more. You know, they were doing all kinds of weird things. I wanted Diligent to ask Blake Neff what hotel he was staying in. And I was like, ask him about that, what hotel he was in. And he didn't, but.
What do you were texting me the whole time. Why didn't you ask me?
Well, because I was sitting on a curb right next to him, you know, like trying to get, and he was asking about that night. Like it was on topic. Anyway.
I was like, why don't they just give you the damn phone?
Mm-hmm.
At least for like one thing. Like, okay, thing 1, thing 2.
Okay. Oh my god. Oh god. Okay. All right. We've got
why don't they
time left before
why don't they let the third person talk? Who's actually a reporter?
I know. That's
so anyway.
Dudes are dudes. Hey Jordan, Dr. Patrick Jones recommends ginkgo biloba for ADHD.
I don't know that reference. Should I Google it?
No. Focus.
Okay, so we played your live stream back during lunch. We had like a whole thing about lunch because I was trying to get you to relax and be happy and sleep.
This is hilarious.
And we had a complaint about the car photo and how it doesn't seem like. Oh, yeah, we had James May on. And there's a complaint about the car photo and about how the cars might not match.
Right. Yep.
And
front bumper being different and not having a license plate and something else with the car.
I don't really remember what this lady said, except for the fact that there was one comment in chat that she has a forehead on her forehead. I'm sorry. I'm sure you're a very intelligent woman, but that is literally the only thing I remember from your testimony.
Oh, Jordan.
410 feet, so just horizontal straight across. And then the elevation difference. Yes, I was.
Will you describe what was found when that happened?
Yeah, so when we rendered the gun safe, we found in it when we removed the bolt back.
Oh, that's right. They showed us the image of where the rifle was found. And if it cuts the stream, it's okay because we're already at the end of the stream. And the bullets. And how the engravings were.
This one's for you to play off of the your comment. You got to laugh at it. If they laugh at you, you have to laugh at them.
Wait, are you talking to me?
Yes, a 5-head instead of a 4-head.
Aha. I didn't see. I wasn't paying attention.
Imagine that. Jordan wasn't paying attention.
Quiet Deluxe, good night. They say, I must go to bed. Godspeed and good night. See you tomorrow. Lord willing, the creek don't rise. Yes, we will be up same time tomorrow. Like 8:30 my time, or I don't remember what the time is. I'll have to check my phone. But kind of early, but not actually early. But it is early because we're like streaming at 1:42 a.m. my time still. And what is it? Almost midnight your time, I think.
Yep. Oh, by the way, if y'all haven't hit the like button, hit the like button, please. And
You
then
guys are
If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Look, if we had 667 people watching, okay, right now, please subscribe to Try and Prove It. We are so close to being able to monetize this dang channel, and we need your help to get there. So please, it won't cost you a thing. Just subscribe.
Yeah, on YouTube, the handle over on YouTube is at Try and Prove It with the word and, because I don't think you can put the symbol in the handle. But yes, remember what I said at the beginning of this stream about how we have the best live streams because of our dynamic. Do we not have the best dynamic right now?
It's a ball, isn't it?
So yeah, they showed us, and this is one of the things that we should talk about later that I'm sure a lot of people are going to be talking about, which is the photo that was allegedly a stock photo. Yeah, I'm still waiting for my $10,000 from you after I replicated. See, I wore this shirt tonight thinking maybe I would get into this kind of stuff, which I finally am. Remember how I replicated the shirt doing this? I'm still waiting for my $10,000, dude.
Well, he
I'm
also
gonna-
told you he was going to buy whatever it was equipment that you needed in order to make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
To finish out your theory.
and he said that he was gonna like fully fund me, but it doesn't seem like that happened. And I gave him the link to the GoFundMe, so
Maybe you should send it again. Maybe he lost it.
maybe he spent all that money on the airplane ticket that he didn't actually do.
Or the equipment that he didn't pick up from Best Buy that he said he needed to do before he shot for me. Anyway.
Yeah, so the rifle, there's speculation that the image of the rifle that came out many, many months ago, people said it was a stock image. I said it was a stock image. Pia Varma on X Spaces, she does one every Sunday night. You should check it out over on X. She said it was a stock image. A lot of people said it was a stock image, the one with the rifle in the cardboard box in the grass. Look at this photo that they showed today, and I'm not going to show it because I don't want to cut the stream. But look at this photo. Some people are saying that the scope is different, that there are certain details about that rifle that are different, and it's not the same rifle. I looked at it. I think it looks like the same rifle, but some people, there's a conversation happening. That's what I'll say about the rifle and whether or not it's the same one. Oh, yeah, and we talked about how Sean Ryan has a lot of phrases. No way, dude. Oh, shit.
Are you shitting me?
So that was our lunch break.
Really?
Oh my fucking god, bro. It's late. We can do it.
What?
And
I'm gonna ask the court.
oh yeah, then they argued about a bunch of other stuff. Then this lady, okay, so this was the lady, and you gotta be shitting me.
I almost got it. I'm spot on.
Yeah, so this lady, this was actually a defense direct examination.
Come
this
on.
This was the defense's witness, and you could not tell. So when you learn how to be a lawyer, or at least at some level how lawyering works, one of the first things you learn is when you do direct examination, it sounds like direct examination. When you do cross-examination, it should sound like cross-examination. A question's asked during direct examination, you should be able to tell that it was asked during direct. You know why, Kelly? You remember?
Please tell me why.
Because in cross, every question is a leading question. This happened, right? You did it because of that, right? Tyler Robinson killed Charlie Kirk, right? That's how you do cross-examination. Like if you look at the Amber Heard, Johnny Depp trial, Camille Vasquez, every single question Camille Vasquez asks is always a leading question. Every last one. And that's why it's so effective. That's why it stands out so much. That's why she's so good at it, because everyone is a leading question. And there's a lot of other reasons too, but it's mainly because she sticks by that rule. However, when you look at this trial or at this preliminary hearing, you can't tell. There's not a single leading question in the entire cross-examinations that defense does throughout this entire thing. Now, to be fair, this is a direct examination, but at the same time, I couldn't figure out what his point was. Why did they even bring up this witness? Do you know?
No, I mean, I thought, she was supposed to, like, that she was, as though she was going to help dispel the idea of that being the gun, but
She was brought up there to say that a 30-06 wouldn't have an would have an exit wound, right?
mm-hmm.
Right? That's what she was brought up there for.
I mean, I just remember her talking about the ammo or whatever, the bullet casings, like peeling like a banana.
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be testing the difference between full metal jacket and soft point ammunition. Both have the same type of brass, the same type of primers, and the same.
I thought that showed the banana peel. Hold on. Where's the banana peel? You're right, it is a banana peel. But it's supposed to show that. Damage. Here. Yeah, that's the banana peel that it does inside the body. But the point I was making...
If your portfolio is over 250,000...
Were you making a point, or was I making a point?
You were making a point.
About
what her point was.
I don't know what her point was.
Okay. Well, yeah, I thought we were on like some really solid momentum, just overall. And then it just felt like it came to a screeching halt with her. But it was in large part due to the questioning as well. But yeah, I mean, to show the subjectivity in bullet analysis, yeah, that's fine. I mean, they questioned her over her level of training and accreditation, and they try to just like poke holes in everybody's ability.
This is a good question. I don't know.
We haven't personally researched it. I know I've seen people talk about that. Even Trigger Smart did a stream about it or an episode about it. But then the other night, earlier this week, I heard Paramount Tactical want to make a big deal over believing that Trigger Smart, that he had corrected Trigger Smart, or he had told him before Matt had put his video out that, that was not the case. And so he was expecting a correction.
That's not how that works. But I made a video about it on the Try and Prove It channel that was kind of angry because I didn't even know that this was a topic. And I felt like that topic was super important because the photo they showed of the rifle appears to be incapable of firing. Appear to be mechanically incapable of firing. So I had a kind of a crash out video over that. So that is a good question, but I don't know if that has been resolved yet or not, but it should be. I think that's a pretty good summary of our week so far, of the hearing so far. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, this is fair. Wait, this is off topic, but Paramount has a ton of guns in his background. How can he stream like that?
Does he though?
I think he does. And I'm pretty sure, I mean, Sean Ryan has guns in his background too. I think. And certainly, they shoot and all that. My assumption would be that if a channel has ton of guns, has a tendency to show those like on the regular, then YouTube is more conditioned to accepting that. And then if you do something like out of the blue, and I don't think it's just live streams. Anyway, well, you know what? We can chat with the YouTube AI bot or whatever and try to get to the bottom of that if we want. But
Yeah, I will say this. I think you might be right, because in the live stream where mine got cut, I actually was handling the paintball gun. So it could be if someone's actually handling it and operating it.
Yep.
So I think that was a very good recap of the week so far. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I think I had a lot of fun doing this stream, and it seems like Kelly did as well. So,
yeah, first.
Any final thoughts, Kelly?
Okay. So, tomorrow, day 5, we're expecting a half day. Yay. And well, that doesn't mean that doesn't mean it's a half day for me, but a half day in court.
No. The first half is going to be interesting. It's going to be an actual witness. However, in the afternoon, we're going to have to talk about some really boring stuff. And I'm going to try to get you to get off the stream so you can go do more important stuff.
Right.
Because they're going to be talking about this really like boring stuff. And I'll probably stay in the stream, or maybe I'll get out of the stream. I don't know. But the afternoon will probably go till like 3 or 4 local, unfortunately.
Okay. So we've got physical evidence that places Robinson at the scene, but has real DNA methodology holes, a confession tape, and a text chain that, redactions aside, which they were plentiful, is about, depends on who you ask, but direct, as we've seen so far. Judge Graff is expected to rule on probable cause. Well, probably not tomorrow, but in his own sweet time. Hopefully sooner rather than later. And let's not forget, Donald Trump Jr. made a pretty big splash in the court this week and made a pretty big presence. And I have to wonder if that wasn't, at least in part, an attempt to send a strong message to everyone involved that, the big Trump is watching. If, you want to keep debating this after the stream, please drop your probable cause predictions in the comments for the stream. We would love to hear what you think. Every single comment, like, sub, it all helps our channels grow. So thank you so much. And we will be back with you bright and early in the morning.
Good night, guys. Are you going to do it?
Yes.